जयकार हो।
दादा भगवान ना असीम जय 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 जयकार हो।
Dada Bhagwan Aptaputra Pulinanandji. Jai Satchidanand. Jai
Jai
Satchidanand. Pulinanandji Deepakanandji. Pulinanandji Kirti.
Namo Vitragaya,
Namo Vitragai,
Namo Arihantanam,
Namo Arihantanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Loe Savasahunam,
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam,
Eso Panchana Mukkaro,
Eso Panchana Mukkaro,
Sauvabhava
Sava Pava Pranasano,
Manglanancha Suvesim,
Mangalanam Cha Savesim,
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om
Om Namah
Om
Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Okay, Mahatma, anybody wants to share the experience? Vyavasthit Shakti.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand I was trying to understand the syadwad. So as Deepakanandji told about ChatGPT, little time I spent, by chance I opened that site and asked that questions regarding what is their other people's view about these things, you know. So I asked like who is the creator and all, you know. So what I found was that they have a strong belief, you know, that that creator is God, you know, and he is not, you know, he is from beginning and from the end, you know, and no one created him, you know. So they don't, they have this own view, you know. So that is the thing. So that I think we need to let others also, you know, hold on to their beliefs, you know. So that is what I felt, you know.
So is it a question or a statement?
No, so my you know, I was means before also I, you know, other people I analyze, you know, that they hold their experience, my experience, you know, that they hold that God is creator, you know. God created and no one created.
Oh, you talking about other people. Okay.
Yeah,
I
other
read.
people, because we have to understand their viewpoint as well, you know.
Right.
And we have to adjust, not only understand, we have to adjust to their viewpoint, and we shouldn't clash with their viewpoint, you know. So means
Oh.
anyway, so that means accept their. So yeah, one more thing. So so now I know, I try that any even thought, if it comes, you know, that no, they are wrong, you know. So means before I was not so much aware, but now I'm trying to cultivate this awareness that if a thought comes that these people are wrong, and you know that they are saying that they are thinking that God is creator, you know, it before it used to come, you know. So now it is being trying to counter that, you know, because at the thought level, if we try to counter, so outside it will also reduce, you know. So that is my understanding, that at the thought level we should try to rectify, you know, so it doesn't come into the body, it doesn't come into the action, and doesn't come into the speech, you know. So in the thought level, we should try to counter the negative.
Oh, okay. Deepakanji?
This is Chidanand. That is very true, because we are fortunate and we came across Dada Bhagwan and his Akram Vignan. So we have known the fact, we have to a good extent understood the fact. Also, although we have yet to experience that fully, so many times it is human nature that whatever he has come to know, the right thing, he wanted to share with others. But then we also have to understand that others are not that fortunate, they are not aware of this science where enlightened person through his self-observation has revealed the facts of nature and life and living. So ultimately we have to come to this conclusion that because they don't know, we can't. In fact, we should not even utter these words because that is his belief that God is creator and he is God fearing also. But then, out of the blue, if we just say that we came to know from Dada Bhagwan that God is not creator of this world and all that, he can't leave this belief that the God is creator and he can't accept the fact that nature is doing all these things. So it will be wise on our part not to enforce or uh, forcefully make them believe that this is the fact because you know what Dada has done. He first removed our egoism and then he has revealed this fact to us. So without egoism, and if you try to tell them anything like this, it will be very difficult for them to conceive the idea. Very idea itself, it will be beyond their comprehension. So that is very right. And that also becomes part of our syadwad that we reveal things where it is necessary. Otherwise, we just follow and accept what others' beliefs are and don't try to enforce upon them, which will create more confusion than settlement or peace or inner balance. Jai Satchidanand.
Pulinanandji?
Yeah, see, it's very true. You see, it's very simple. You see, Dada Bhagwan said that depending, why are these various viewpoints? Everybody believes God is creator. In fact, Dada Bhagwan also said that rebirth only Indians believe. If you go foreign, they don't even believe in the concept of rebirth, you see. So why are there so many gods, so many religions, or so many different viewpoints? Because it depends on the development of the individual person. Even the human beings also have 14 lakh layers of development, Dada Bhagwan has said. So each, depending on the development of that person, he will have a particular viewpoint. For example, if the child is there, the child will feel, okay, a 2-year child will feel, yes, this is the happiness is in these toys. Then as he goes to 10 or 12 years old, then he does not like those small toys. He likes the bigger games and things like that. And then when he goes still higher, say 25, 40 years, 30 years, at that time he will have a different viewpoint. So as the child develops, his thinking and things evolves. Similarly, as the human beings develop, from as they evolve, starts with Africa, then America, and things like that. Finally comes to India. So their understandings change, and depending on their understandings, they'll have a viewpoint. One of them is God is the creator. Then eating non-veg also nothing wrong for say Christians and Muslims like that. So depending on his personal spiritual evolvement, the word in Gujarati that Dada Bhagwan has used is upadan. Upadan means the extent of his development. So that is why this will be remain. And then he has given various similes, like in a school, a grade 1 student needs a grade 1 teacher, and a grade 5 student needs a grade 5 teacher, and a grade 10 student needs a grade 10 teacher. So as the child crosses various classes, his understanding development increases, and he needs new teachers, which in our case, he needs new spiritual masters, and he needs more advanced truth of the what's the reality, who is the creator and who is not the creator, how the world runs, and who is he, and this thing. Then one other way that the Bhagwan has said that which religion is true. Someone asked him, Dada, there are so many religions, which is true? Why don't we have one religion? So Dada Bhagwan said, just you cannot have one teacher for a school. You need different teachers for different standards of children. Same way you need different religions for different developments. And the development of the religions or the variety of religions based on the development. And development is as much he becomes non-violent, So that way his development increases. Ahimsa, as much as he understands ahimsa, non-violence, to the extent his development increases. And then finally, when the seeker starts finding out who am I, so that's the higher level religions. And finally, when who am I is achieved or realized, that is the ultimate or final religion. So those come in the Jainism or Vedantism, and in our case, it comes in Akram Vignan, where that ultimate self and self-realization things are being spoken about. Till then, these people are evolving spiritually. So obviously they will have this. And we have to accept that. Like a 5-year child will say, no, I like this toy. We can't talk about any other thing because that's his development. Similarly, if I go to a roadside laborer, construction worker, now to him, if I talk about Atma, he will not accept because he's not evolved or development. For him, that little God, that little idol, or maybe a colored stone, that is his God and that is his belief, So for his development, like a child's development, that is perfect. And finally, if I have to give one more analogy, which I personally, this thought came to me was that, supposing I'm climbing a mountain, I'm on a pilgrimage, and the temple, like Samitsika or Pavagadh or Palitana and all, generally the temples, Lord Tirthankar Jain temples are at the peak of the mountain. And a person out on a pilgrimage is walking or climbing the path, So he goes left, right. Sometimes there are steps on the way to the mountain. Sometimes there are no steps, but are the same. So as he walks up, and supposing he has walked about some 100, 200 or 500 feet, and then he has risen about 100 feet above the ground level. So he will get some vision of the view from that level, outside view, He'll see some trees, some houses and things like that. Then as he goes higher and higher, he gets a clearer view of more things come in his mind. And finally, when he reaches the top, then he can see all around. He can see all around 360 degrees viewpoint he can see. So as the person climbs higher and higher, his vision enlarges. He can see all around. So that is what each individual is evolving. He's spiritually growing up and up. And when he goes to the peak, which is say Gnani Purush, say Tirthankar, he gets a 360 degrees view of the 100% reality of this Brahman, 100% reality of this cosmos, and where all of us, where human beings are, where Narkagati, people in the hell, people in the heaven, the Devgati, where they all lie, how they reach there, how they come out of it, how they entire thing gets revealed. So this is the process of spiritual evolution. And based on the process, they will have different viewpoints or different beliefs. And obviously, so we accept, the way we accept a behavior of a 5-year kid, the way we accept the behavior of a 15-year child, and the way we accept the behavior of a 40-year person. We know the differences. A 6-month-old boy can roam about in the house without clothes, but a 12-year-old boy cannot roam about in the house without clothes, you see, because and when the 6-year boy runs, everybody accepts it because bacha hai, chota hai, a small kid. So in the same way, we have to hold the same perspective for people practicing different religions, people following different faiths, different leaders, that this is their development. And for that development, that guru or that religion is the appropriate thing, You cannot rush him and pick him out and come straight to the Atma because he is not evolved. It's like teaching a second year child, a person or a boy in a second standard, a 10th standard syllabus. It won't be acceptable because he's not matured enough to digest that thing. So with that in mind, we can develop the tolerance or accept the way people are behaving. That will develop in him. Now that is exactly what Dada Bhagwan was. He had come in the center, and then he could see why Muslim is saying Allah is the God ultimate and non-veg can be eaten. Why Christians are saying this. So from the center, he knew that this is from this viewpoint 10 degree, this is from 50 degree, this is from 180 degree. Hinduism is from this degree. Say Jainism is from here, Vedanta is from here. And then he was in the center, so he understood that these people are speaking from this degree viewpoints. And that's how he could accept it. Because they know that from this viewpoint, he can only see this much, that is his development. This will lead us to acceptance of their viewpoint, which will translate into syadwad vani, syadwad vartan, and syadwad. And you very rightly said, which was also my experience, that if at the thought level we are able to catch on to it and just turn this thing or pacify the mind or pacify the intellect, it won't come into speech nor into actions. Absolutely right. So that's where Syadwad Manan ho gaya. So Syadwad Vani and Syadwad Vartan will follow automatically. So we need to change the understanding and increase the awareness at the thought level or at the mind or intellect level, both ways. And if we catch them over there, and for ourselves, we put the right understanding, automatically we will see others as innocent and we'll accept their viewpoints. So at the mental level, at the speech level, and automatically at the behavior level. Then we won't able to, then we won't feel the need to superimpose this thing. Because we know that's his development. So Dada Bhagwan, he did not go out to preach Akram. He says, whoever is developed and evolved will come to me. And anyone who is come to me is qualified to get this Akram Vignan or the Akram Gnan. So depending on the qualification of a person, he will automatically come to this and get it. And of course, Naimitic, we may share this on different forums and seminars or satsang to newcomers. That is nothing wrong. But acceptance will come. Acceptance by them will come based on their development. Number one, it will come based on their punya. He may be old, but his merit karma must ripen for him to accept this. This happened also during Dada Bhagwan's time. Now people are saying, oh, Dada Bhagwan was just my neighbor. He was just standing behind me. He was my this way. He was so close to me. My friend knew him so well, but I did not recognize him. Now they have come in touch with Akram Vignan, and now they have now accepted and they have gone to it. So at that time, they were evolved, but the time had not ripened. And now the time has ripened and they are into Akram Vignan. So this is the broad framework of why people have different viewpoints, how we have to understand their evolvement, spiritual development or evolvement. And with that in mind, we can very peacefully, without feeling bad, such a great thing, why he's not understanding, so nice, so much peace, so fantastic science, it is so much of acceptance, why he's not accepting? No, his time is to ripen, his merit karma, his development, all has to come into place. There are so many things which I told to many of my relatives, only few could accept it. So I just leave it at that. Maybe he'll come some other time. So that happens with all of us. So that is true, that's it true. Outside, you see, Akram is an exception. The main spiritual path to moksha is the Kramik mark or the step-by-step mark. And in anything, whether it's a Christian, Hindu, Vedanta, Jain, whatever. In that, it is basically doership. I am the name bearer and I am the doer. And I have to do this. Means I have to overcome anger. I have to overcome greed and things like that. So all that will remain. All that will remain. And in the karmic path, being doership, experiencing the soul comes at a later point of time, after reasonable life cycles, after reasonable spiritual development and stability. He realizes, no, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. Body is separate, the doer is separate. And then his quest for that doership, who is the doer and who really am I? His quest for that I experience, that I know I'm the pure soul, but what does the soul feel like? So that gradually comes, first it comes the experience or description of the pure self being the pure soul, that I am the pure soul. That comes at the theoretical level. Yes, in theory I've understood. Then after some involvement, he will get it at glimpses of that experience. He will get Upsham Sanket, and then after that it comes into Shak Sanket. So this is the whole journey for humankind, from ignorance to self-realization. And yeah, everybody's at different viewpoints or different points of time of development. And once we understand the whole thing, then we are at peace. Why they are not understanding? And we won't feel bad if they don't accept it. And we just pray for them, for their welfare. Okay, so Jai Satchidanand.
Yes.
Jai
One
Satchidanand.
question
Go ahead.
Can I ask one question?
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, so I am following this path, or roadmap, that that the 25 files or so files, which I think it seems it might be changing as per time, but to how to make efforts, to positive efforts, and Pratikraman, for and asking for energy, from Dadaji, that to do some Bhavnikal and harmoniously. So settlement harmoniously. So that is my understanding of roadmap for that. So that when we are slowly getting developing that energy to adjust and to understand things, so then we will ultimately get Keval Gyan, and the things will get. So this is my understanding of the roadmap, which I have understood, and I'm trying to follow that. And for that I have this weekly satsang, and this Dadaji Gyanvani also I follow, and this some few things I have kept to the minimum, so that I can balance things out. So this is my understanding. Other Mahatmas and Aptaputra and Rajniji, can you also tell your understanding how you are following the roadmap, that for the Keval Gyan, so please elaborate on that.
Pulinanandji?
Yeah, you're perfectly right. You're perfectly right. There are various dimensions to our spiritual journey. And one thing is understanding the science, second thing is practicing the five jnanas. Bottom line is the Purusharth, This understanding will come at the intellectual level, at the theoretical level, but it has to then finally translate into practical experience, or our enhanced experience, our enhanced vision. We must start understanding more things better. Essentially, we have to understand file number one. What is the, matter or Bharava Mal? What is the thing that is inside us? What are the discharge, Krodman, Maya, Lobh, or discharge, Moh, and whatever inside us? And keep a watch on that as it comes out, depending on the various situations and timings. And in that, squaring up of accounts with sticky files, is one of the key Purusharths, which Dada Bhagwan had also told us as Aptaputras, and we had done a lot of Pratikraman on that, and still it can continue, depending on as things evolve. So that is a key ingredient, which will help you a lot to grow spiritually on your road towards moksha, path towards moksha. So that's perfect Purusharth for you. And essentially, we have to do Purusharth, cleansing of our vision, so that our Jagrati awareness increases, cleansing of our discharge karmas, so that they don't keep bothering us in and on, in and on, in and on, on and off, on and off. So sticky files is one of them. So carry on. You carry on with your Pratikramans with that, whatever 25 files you have identified. And you will feel very light at the end of the whole Purusharth. In fact, after every Sama, you will feel light. So that lightness means you will feel that much karma is exhausted, and inner peace will start reigning in inner samadhi. And that will go on. And as you come to that level, from inside only you will able to find out what next level of Purusharth I need to do to increase my awareness. That intuition or insight will come automatically. Like you started this online journey, you started with this Hindi pods and Gujarati pods and understanding them in Hindi. Then your second step was, as you just told, that you started learning Gujarati. After that, you read a lot of literature of Dada Bhagwan. You heard a lot of Dada Bhagwan's Vani. That increased your insight much more. So you went into reading and then trying to understand by going into the Hindi and the English versions of Dada's speech, Aptamani and all. So that increased your awareness. That awareness prompted you. Now you need to do this. This means cleansing of the sticky files. See, so automatically you have been guided as you have evolved. And after this, you will get the next step of Purusharth, which you need to do to go one step ahead. And the end goal is, for us, is to experience the soul as Dada Bhagwan. That is total separateness, or what is called in Gujarati as Spashtaveda. Yeah. So that is our end spiritual goal, which we say in Charanji also, Apnama Jevo Atma Varte, Tevo Atma Marama Vartao. So that's the end destination. And in between, the reflected aspect of this will be that we will become non-hurting in mind, body, speech. So the question of syadwad will come out, question of the property or the guna of the shiri will also manifest gradually. You don't have to do it, it is automatically by default. And once you become in the non-hurting mode, acceptance of people and things and situations becomes more easy, and you are more watchful, you are more alert on your file, on our file number one's mind, body, speech. And that awareness increasing is the way forward. So what you're doing is perfect. The roadmap is right. And it will automatically prompt you for what next.
So what roadmap you are trying to follow?
The same thing. It's same thing. There's 5 agnas, there's Pratikraman, there's Big One Chan, observing file number 1. So,
actually, the thing is, it's a weakness. I that I'm not able to my prakriti, not able to adjust with others, and second weakness is that the vision is not there. That when the circumstances come, so that time only what can I do is to ask for strength and try the best, and. Recently, if Raniji, if you allow, I specifically having a challenge. Can I talk about that?
Pushabai?
Yeah, regarding a file, a challenge. Can I give little bit details? Can I give?
Yeah. Go ahead. Then we'll talk to Deepakanandji. Go ahead.
Yeah, so regarding this, what happened was that previously, I realized that, day by day in our lives, radiation levels is increasing, and the device
increasing?
Radiation levels.
Radiation levels.
Yeah, in our around about, so everything, the newer devices which are coming, they are emitting more radiation. So even one of them is the mobile, so I have 2 mobiles, but what I did, that time I ensured that it was lesser radiation mobile, but what the newer mobiles are having more and more radiation, because they are having different objective that they want more speed and and all that. So the flip side is that they are emitting more radiation and they are more bigger sized. So recently, because my phones got older, and the before no one repairs them, and it's very difficult to get the parts and all, and then you have to eventually buy a newer phone. So this is the thing. So, but fortunately, I had kept one or two spare mobiles. So I thought that okay, this is a good, with lesser radiation and smaller size. So, but they also got bad, with time. So now, and the phone prices also increased. So what I tried was that I want a smaller size mobile, 5-inch mobile, and with a lesser radiation, which is compatible with the things which I do. So I tried for an online site, because I couldn't get it locally. So I tried one online site, and I knew that online sites cannot be completely reliable. So still I said, what other option I have. So I applied for that, and so the thing is that online site, after taking the money payment I have done, still they don't respond. Okay. So then after many weeks, then what I did was that I filed a complaint, online complaint. It's just online, you do it, at the National Consumer Helpline, filed an online complaint. So I'm waiting for that. So, and I talked with them that what is the next step. They said next step is the consumer court. So this is the steps, that maybe they will respond, maybe they will not respond, but you have to give some time, to them, and then maybe they will respond. And if they don't respond, the last step is either you compromise or you go to the consumer court, and for that it will take some months. So this is the thing, and you can throw more light on this, my efforts, and of course I do the Pratikraman for that. That there is some mistake which I am in this situation, that I knew that I will be trapped, but just to give it a try, no other option is there. So I went into that.
Yes. Deepakanandji.
Jai Satchidanand. One thing is there, if you use older technology, maybe certain things you will not be able to load also on your computer or on your phone. So instead of getting too much sensitive about it, because then the older version stuff, you will get it with an outdated technology, and also such a thing you may encounter, which you had. Now, the idea is don't think too much about these things like radiation and all that. Now it has become part of our life. For example, wherever you go, there are those huge towers, powerful towers, which transmit and receive this uh, microwave signals. So now what are you going to do? So,
We can only
yes.
protect ourselves. That's all we can do.
Huh?
We can only protect ourselves, first of all.
At what level and how much are you going to protect yourself? Yes,
Yeah, at a
you try.
normal
You
level.
try your best, but now just imagine you end up with the consumer court and they make you visit them several times. Do you have all that time and all that energy for that?
Yeah, that happens.
Instead, just buy with some phone and go ahead with your purpose. I believe that way. Because certain things you will not be able to load also. With older technology, you will not be able to use that phone for the maximum output what you may want to use it. So this is what. And my idea of understanding Dada science and living Dada is how much free I have become, how much patience I have, how best I get along with people, how free my mind remains. In the sense, if certain memories keep, certain things keep haunting my memory, then there is something which is unsettled, unhandled, which needs attention. So it's like at the end of the day, my bottom line is with this Dada science, I should be able to remain hale and hearty, remain cheerful all the time, handle anybody I come across in an amicable way. I experience oneness with them and I remain happy all the time. That is the biggest. And at the same time, all my worldly activities, they become normal. My immediate thermometer is 9 diamonds. Second thing, through my mind, speech, and body, I should not be hurting anyone. Third thing, I don't want any perishable thing in this world. So my focus should be on real and experience of the real. In the sense, the experience of real says that your reality becomes absolutely normal. For example, I just say one example, I want to quote that. In one of the satsang, while using one of these gadgets I have, instead of using receiver, I used transmitter, and the whole satsang was silent, absolutely voiceless. Nobody called me. But then I didn't blame anybody, but I was just wondering that, that real thing is such, it has its vigilance and its illuminating power. It will not allow you to commit any mistake on the relative side. So instead of just bothering the why I missed that, I felt that I was not well focused. My job is, yes, I use the gadgets and I must check also why didn't I check? Like if you're driving a vehicle, I must check the petrol, I must check the diesel level, I must check the oil level, I must be aware of what are the signs that show up on the dashboard of the car. So this is what you have achieved excellence in real means your relative become perfect. And that perfection is ultimate is feeling of oneness with all, handling everyone amicably, and you remain happy and cheerful all the time. Your sleep reduces, your food reduces, and what Dada has said, it's not the right thing to translate Mukta Hasya. Anytime you have that tinge of, not, I will not say smile, but that it's the cheerfulness is always there on your face, irrespective of most what trying, what difficult, what situations you come across, right? And so I would say, personally feel that don't worry about those radiations and all that. That those radiations, yes, in a way you will try. Like they have said that don't keep the phone with you in person all the time. Instead of putting in the pocket, you can always put in a bag. So the distance increases. And once you are at home or any place, put the phone away from you. That's the best thing you can do. But you keep in your upper pocket, very dangerous. You put it in the side pocket, which is also dangerous. You put it at, like near to your heart, it's a problem. So those things you can avoid. But just not using the latest technology, you will have this problem of accessing certain things because certain things are only available with the higher version or the higher level of technology. Jai Sachidanand.
Pulinanandji, you want to add something?
Yeah. Basically, see, there are two things. One is you are knowing that going online would be detrimental to you or you would get trapped, and still it happens. So this is a way of understanding our Vyavasthit. that how our intellect somehow guides us to something which it causes pain to us, you see. So that is one way of understanding our discharge karma. So whatever things that you seem appropriate, you may continue that consumer complaint and all that stuff. Maybe now what to do? Take this as a file. Dada Bhagwan, this file has emerged of this, getting the money back. May give me the strength to square it off amicably, and then do whatever you have to do. Other thing, in future you want to buy online is not all that bad if you go from some reputed or known sites, like say Amazon or Flipkart or something. I have bought phones like that, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You don't get cheated, and there's a good refund policy. There's a good complaint. You can also redress your grievances to them, and you can get answers and all that. So that is number two. And for that also, while you are searching for a phone, the filer, give me the guidance to buy an appropriate one. So that's a prayer, and then you do it. And if this happens, this happens. This was part of the Vyavasthit, then you were destined for that much of mental suffering. And maybe if nothing comes out of it, mental suffering, financial suffering. So just take it at that way and try your efforts, put in your efforts to retrieve your whatever money you have spent and see what happens. It may take time, but take it casually. So that's the handling of the situation, as you said, this tricky situation with the help of the Gnar. This is the way you could just do it.
Yes, and regarding the amount of efforts and the prayers which have to be put in, there is a little bit. There's always a question, So, but what I do is that I try to find within myself that reasonably have I done the efforts in this, and reasonably I have done the Pratikraman and all, that I have done. And if answer comes yes, that you have done, so then to let go, or to continue the efforts, is sometimes a question. But then just by gut feeling, they have to decide, that time. Now we have to let go, so cannot, we have at least what we have achieved, because Buddhi, it says that this is a loss, okay. So then for that Buddhi pacification, then what I try to do is, you see, that is a loss in material way, but in like Aputta says that, in spiritual perspective, you are at a gain, So means material loss you have done, but spiritually you have squared off the files, So you have done Pratikraman, you have done the positive efforts. So that positivity you have created. So that is what that is the profit which I show to the intellect, and I find that intellect gets pacified by that. This is the profit, which we got from the things, So that is how I try to deal. Yeah, this is what I want to say.
That is perfect. You see, one is saying that my account has got squared up, so you leave it. If the Buddhi first order does that, but as I say, take your efforts and then say Vyavasthit. Put in your efforts and take the Vyavasthit. So one is the material loss, financial loss or loss of this thing, phone or loss of money. Another thing is on the other side, one is you're losing valuable human time. Being evolved in a human being, Manushya avatar ni kimti samay, you see. So how much time should go into it? How much efforts should go into it vis-a-vis your own personal life and personal Purusharths? So a balancing of that has to take place. Do some efforts and leave it. Do some efforts and leave it. And then inside only you will get an insight. Okay, now full stop over here, or maybe after some time it may even come back. So that will evolve. Basically, whether you're able to remain vitrag, whether you're not spending too much of time into it and energy into it. That's the balance you have to do. How much and what?
Basically, you have to remain vitrag. That is the important thing.
That is very important.
Yeah.
Seeing the others innocent, seeing that this is file number one's account or hisab, that's the bottom line. And once you see it as a file, everything falls in place. This whole episode is a file. I also have gone through many such files, and it's a matter of time after which the entire thing gets evolved and the mental or physical suffering also subsides.
Right.
Deepakan, you want to say something?
See, one thing what I believe, go with the flow. Outside go with the flow and inside go with Dada. Because then you will have a lot of friction otherwise, which will ultimately only waste your time, energy. You have too many things to do instead of spending your valuable time after Sati. Jai Sachidanand.
Sachidanand, Lalita Ben? Lalita Ben?
Yes, Jai Sachidanand. I just want to give a follow-up on last week's question to the Mahatmas, and I want to thank both Aptaputras for getting back at me. And the meaning of the word intuitive perception translates to darshan. For those who attended last week and we were trying to figure out the meaning, so I just want to acknowledge that, and I like this translation of darshan much better than my layman's perception of vision. So I just wanted to acknowledge that and thank you both for getting back to me. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand. Chalia Ben?
Sachidanand.
Chalia Ben, you have a question?
Yeah, hello. Hello. Jai Sachidanand Pulinanandji, Jai Sachidanand Deepakanandji, Jai
Jai
Sachidanand Mahatmas.
Sachidanand.
I'm sorry, I hope I'm in India right now. I'm outside, so if there's a lot of background noise, I'm sorry. My thing was the last 10 days I've been in India, and there has been a lot of opportunities for me to basically settle old files, because I realized there were a lot of unfinished files. So I have been exposed to such things, and I thought that this has been a very good opportunity to practice my agyas. And that is one thing I wanted to share. And there's another thing. The second thing is I was wondering about doing Pratikraman for, you think you have, you don't have any settlement with a file, but then sometimes, it keeps coming back in your dreams. So is that something I should be doing Pratikraman for?
Pulinanandji?
That depends. What is the thing, or what is the file, or what is the issue?
It is something, a very old issue. Like, it was way back when I was working in India in my 20s. So you can imagine, you don't even have anything, you don't think about it, and you feel there was nothing, no pending thing, because it has never bothered you or rankled. And sometimes I'm wondering if it is just memories that I'm giving importance to, or is it something which has still not been settled?
Is it a person?
Yes.
Now,
Colleague.
if it's a colleague, now, do you feel that that person is holding some grudge against you or your behavior of the past?
Oh, no, not at all. The thing is, in fact, on the other hand, there's a male colleague. He was the person who was giving me trouble at that point. So ulta he hai. That is like, I should have been the one holding grudges, but I have let go of all that.
Then, if this thing is bothering you, it is indicative that you have not forgotten or forgiven
Yes.
that person's behavior, which in Gujarati we call as nond, noted. So that nond has not been erased from your mind.
Yes. That's what I thought.
It still is a pain point somewhere deep down. That person did this wrong to me at that point of time.
Yes.
His behavior was unjustified or hurtful. So that shows that known is still there. So that hurt is still, you're holding on to that hurt, that hurt has not been erased.
Yes.
So the simple answer is just Pratikraman will not help, but the right understanding will help. With today's right understanding that he was the nimit, the whose hurtful behavior caused pain to me, and I should be thankful to him because he has cleared off one of my accounts.
Yeah.
I may have made some error or mistake somewhere in the past, or I may have caused some hurt to someone in the past. Reaction will be hurt to me, and that hurt to me has come through this person. So my cause effect, my cause has come as an effect from this person. My causing hurt to someone has come back as hurt to me, but it has come from the nimit of this person. So in a way, in that perspective, in that viewpoint, from that viewpoint, he is helpful. He has cleared up my debt of pap karma.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, if the intellect is able to, and this will one-time statement will not help. You may have to repeat and convince and reconvince and reinforce this.
Yes.
And then say thank you for him. There one thing. One is feel that whatever is done, you have to be grateful or say thanks for him. Thanks for clearing you from this debt. Then you have to say, bhalu thao, may his well-being take place. And may I develop abheta or oneness with him.
Oneness, okay.
These are three things. You have to use any two or three of them.
Yes. Yeah, because during the
gradually erase the knowns that is lying inside you.
Yeah.
And once that goes away, then you will be very free.
Okay, got it. Because in the waking state, I do the Pratikraman because that was a very tough file at that point of my life. So in the waking moment, I've been doing Pratikraman because
No, but 1 minute, just before you proceed, Pratikraman of that person, how will you do and what type of Pratikraman are you doing?
That whatever I had been, like whatever at that point, because of ignorance, if I had been hurt, I didn't understand properly. So I'm sorry for that, that kind of thing.
No, that is not, it won't help you much.
Oh, okay.
It won't help you much. It will not erase the known.
Okay.
Not at that point of time. That wrong understanding is still prevailing. You are still seen as a doer, as an independent doer.
Yes.
So that wrong understanding is still prevailing. So we have to now counter this wrong understanding with the right understanding. Thank you for your heart.
Okay, I got it.
That constant hammering, n number of times till that thing goes away.
Yes, I got it. Yeah. Now I understand the difference between the Pratikraman and this thing. Okay.
Pratikraman is we have done Atikraman. In this case, it was the other person who has done the Atikraman, and we are perceiving him as the doer and as the wrong person or the wrong behavior.
Yeah, but the Pratikraman would have been the way I was doing, looking at it was something which I have, obviously it is my fault, which I have had to square off in this birth, right?
Then that Pratikraman is a different order. Then you must say that, hey Dada Bhagwan, whatever wrong I have done to someone, the result of which I have got hurt from this person, I sincerely apologize and repent for that wrong. So that, and I repeat not to resolve not to repeat again.
Okay.
If you go to the root cause of your error or mistake, which has resulted in this pain coming through this person, then that might perhaps help. Pratikraman of that order of repentance of your mistake, which perhaps is not surfaced in your mind. You're not able to see that. But sometimes the general Pratikraman of that times in sticky files does work.
Yes.
So real Pratikraman is, frankly speaking, Pratikraman is a tool to be used as an antidote to Atikraman. Atikraman means where we have caused hurt to someone, or if you're talking of Agnas, where we have not practiced the Agnas the way I should have practiced. So I'm repenting for it. It is a corrective action for a wrong or a wrong behavior or hurtful behavior.
Got it.
Here it is the other way. The person has hurt you. So what is wrong is you seeing him as the guilty person or as the doer
Hmm.
That is the incorrect understanding only,
Incorrect
which
understanding.
has
Got
to
it.
be corrected.
Yes, I got it now.
So that is true Pratikraman in a way. Correction of the understanding, where
Yes,
you hold
and
him
even
at
this,
fault. You
yeah,
are
so
the
even
person
this
at fault. You holding him as the faulty person.
faulty person,
Correct
yes,
is the vision which has to be correct.
changed.
Change.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this will not happen overnight. I have to keep doing this, right?
Yeah, till it bugs you. And I can tell
Till
you
it bugs.
that
Ah,
the how long to do this, the answer is within. Till it bugs you, it stops bugging you, till that thoughts come to you, till you still feel him guilty, still you can't
yes,
develop a rapport with him, on and on. You don't feel oneness with him. If he comes in
yeah,
front
I
of
got it.
you, again, that whole thing pops up.
Yes, yes, I got it.
Those are the signposts
We
of
should know. Yeah.
how much.
Got it. Thank you so much. Jai
Deepakanji?
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand,
Jai
matter
Sachidanand.
is quite simple. If anybody haunts your memory, it indicates there is some unfinished, unhandled, unsettled likes and dislikes. So the kind of pratikrama what you were doing from gross, because you don't know knowingly or unknowingly whatever wrong was done,
Yes.
you will do that. So from that unknown, from gross, the clouds will fade out and you will come to know and reach the exact picture of what had happened and where was the wrong. And then you will clear it. It's like, all rusted bolts and nuts. And you put WD-40 to relieve it. And once it is relieved, you open it. So that's how, and you have to continue doing it till they haunt your memory.
Yes, got
Because
it.
the moment they come into your memory, then you get disturbed. So there is nobody in this world who can disturb Celia. But
Yes, got
because
it.
some unsettled likes and dislikes are there, which need settlement, which needs purification. So that's how from unknown you will go to the known and
Known.
then correct yourself and free yourself. That's what it is.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand.
Thank you so much.
Kashyapa, your question?
Yeah, so regarding this one, this is my what I experienced and my what I try to do. I want to tell that when I see that this file, I have some negative feelings or abhav tiraskar for that file, then I decide that yes, I have to do it at least once or few times per Pratikraman, and with more files, which I have observed that doing repeatedly, then it little bit softer. And one thing which Aputta also they told that when you see the other person is doing something wrong, then at the foundation of that is your mistake, like Pulinanandji said that it's the past mistake which is surfacing, which is and Dadaji also says that fault of the sufferer, that right now it is your fault, that is why you have misstuck, and in the future whoever gets stuck, it is the fault. So, Miss, what the understanding which it seems helping me is that other person is fault versus that the fault is understanding that it is not the other person's fault. It is the root cause is our own previous, not present, the previous fault which was done. So the focus shift, the shift of the focus when it happens, then the abhav tiraskar, it is reducing. This is my observing, so that is the negative feelings are reducing towards that file, to a considerable extent. This is my
Deepakanji?
Perfect. See, very simple. Anybody that haunts your memory, it's an indication that previous likes and dislikes are not settled yet. And that's why people come to your memory. And even when everything is okay, they come and sit on your head like. So the immediate action to this is start doing cross correction. Knowingly, unknowingly, I have hurt your feelings, due to which you are coming into my memory, and I decide not to commit those mistakes again. Because you're now, at this moment, it's all cloudy, you can't see anything. But the only indication is there, they come and haunt your memory, knock at your doors. So, the moment you start doing it, gradually the clouds will fade out, and then you'll be able to see it clearly. Oh, this was the mistake. And then you will do the right correction, perceive the thing correctly, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Pulinanandji, you want to say something?
No, perfect. Your understanding is very clear that because of my past mistake, this behavior or this thing is coming to me. So as long as we understand that, it's very good. And then automatic corrective action, so we know what to do. Fine. Thank you. Jai Sachit.
Jai Sachit. Our time is up. So, Mahatma, there is no satsang next week because of the program at Surat temple. So, Deepakanandji, can you do Chemata, please?
Jai Sachidanand. Namo Vitragay.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo
Namo
Arihantanam.
Arihan.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo
Siddhanam.
Siddhanam.
Ram.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo
Namo Ayariyanam.
Ayariyanam.
Namo Vasayanam.
Namo
Namo
Vajrayanam.
Vatsayanam.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Namo
Namo
Loe
Loe
Savasahanam.
Savasahanam.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Eso
Eso
Panchanamukaro.
Panchanamukaro.
Navapava Pranasano.
Sarvabhava Panasano.
Mangalanam Jasavesing.
Mangalanam
Mangalanam
Jasavesam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam
Param Havi
Havai
Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om
Om
Namah
Namah
Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand
Jai
Deepakanandji. Jai Sachidanand Pulinanandji. Jai Sachidanand
Lift
Bhagwan.
up and shake their
Jai
bed.
Sachidanand
Amen.
Mahatmas.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.